flats, but they are not actually giving it to the people who are in need. So we try to impose some measures to it. Also, for the roadmap, we actually want to encourage the citizens to be more proactive. They not just wait for the government to take action. They need to speak up, and we need to facilitate public-private partnership and participation. We try to, the way forward is to facilitate the sharing economy, and also one thing that we would like to add into the roadmap is to put democratic and transparent control on environmental friendly measure or for environmental protection, because even that we talk about affordable housing with just 4 walls surround us, actually the environment is also our home. So that's why we want to add the environment and the value of and resources of the environment into this statement as well. Thank you very much.
Alright, shall we have the group on land hatchery?
So, I apologize, we don't really have the PowerPoint, so we're just going to read out some of the first readouts on the principles that we implemented, and we'll have one of our participants to discuss some of the specific points that was discussed, that were discussed in the session. So, in terms of the principles, some of the points already been mentioned. There's a lot of overlaps with what you have just already heard. I'll just go through some of the first one. The city we need is a socially inclusive. We would like to add one sentence specifying the role of the government, which should be a facilitator to encourage and embrace diverse use of space. For principle number 3, on the regenerative city, the city that we need is a regenerative city. We would like to add, in the last sentence, it uses water, land, and energy in a sustainable and coordinated manner, and in harmony with the surrounding hinterland in support of urban and peri-urban agriculture. In addition, we'd like to also add to encourage use of green building materials and to develop brownfield as priority, and also self-sustainable food supply. So principle number 5, the city we need has a singular identity. I think a lot of speakers already pointed that out. That's a problematic word. We'd like to change it to a diversified and inclusive identity, and a strong sense of place, a strong sense of ownership to the city. Number 6, the city we need is a safe city. We would like to just add at the end to prevent unsustainable practice, such as nuclear power. Number 9, the city we need is affordable and equitable. We'd like to add the term just. And also, at the end, to avoid deprivation of rights and services of citizens. When there's overriding public interest, they should be fairly compensated. And lastly, number 9, on the city we need is managed at the metropolitan level. We'd like to add the citizens are equipped with the knowledge and means to express their views on urban issues.
So we will, again, we will accumulate those things, and after because we have divided ourselves into 4 groups, and we will kind of summarize all those ideas and discussion items. Yeah, you're close to it. Yeah, we summarize those and submit to them. So, and
so we look at the problem and we put in some flow charts and bubble diagrams in order to understand the topic of land adjournment. Are you guys
You will sneer too. You take the microphone. You can take the microphone.
Yeah, take the microphone. Yeah, good. Yeah,
let's look at the first one now. So we have, in terms of land Germany, we have different stakeholders within. So we have the government, we have the developers, we have we have the indigenous villages and the non-indigenous villages, some minority, and the ecosystem and environment. So we look at the interests of the different parties, so we need to balance that out. So in Hong Kong, particularly for Hong Kong, the government, as developer is very powerful. So in order, we have to monitor them. We talk about having an independent monitoring lands and planning commission, a third party to look at, to monitor what the developers and governments are doing. And then to protect the minorities and the villages so that they are reasonably compensated, because some of the land development we cannot change, but what are we compensating them? And we look at the procedures on how we could balance that in the future. So back to you.
Yeah, at the left-hand side. Okay. Actually, this is a very draft conceptual framework how the monitoring systems should process. We say that this is the interactive platform between government and public to monitoring the development. And this is an independent third party. So first of all, we can get the user needs through district council representative or estate management or some third party or the company to get the user needs. And then based on this user need to develop the monitoring systems and also the development planning. And this monitoring system could be the party inside this monitoring system would include public, for example, urban thinker campus or design Hong Kong and some public space initiative, yeah. And then second one will be the government, third one will be the media. So after this party have a negotiation inside the system, we will evaluate the planning, development planning, and the executions. So in this part, governments and developers and NGO person would be participate in this status and give some opinion on the evaluations. Because every planning is not a one-off planning. So they will generate a new need. That means come from here and go to here again and to evaluate all the system again to help our city more sustainable.
So thanks to all the people that joined in the trip that I was moderating together with Eunice, the team that is there, there was an NCAA teams here. We had a great discussion. This was about mainland integration, and I'm not going to go into all the points, but I show them here. So you can imagine that this is an issue that's probably a Hong Kong issue more than any other city. So how are we going to deal with it? I think we had a very positive discussion, and I was really surprised because I walked into it not knowing what this was going to do. This whole issue of mainland integration has been highly sensitive, but I think we had a really sensible discussion. That was a good one. One, be positive about the integration. We are part of China, but the question is then how do you integrate successfully, and how do you be active about it instead of being passive about it? And one of the conclusions that's highlighted in yellow is that the benefits of integration should be shared. There is a sensation, the sense right now that the integration benefits are not being shared well in Hong Kong. Some people benefit a lot, others don't. There was also a point being made that Hong Kong should be proud to be a Hong Kongers. We should be proud of the identity of the city, and if we should be strong among ourselves, and we should cherish the diversity within the city, and we should cherish that. And then we have a good basis for negotiation and discussion with the mainland as well, and stand on our own. But there is definitely a need for very trustworthy, comprehensive information on China and on the institutions that make decisions about Hong Kong and China, and that needs to be significantly improved to be able to do what we want to achieve. We need transparent regional institutions, so to be able to plan Hong Kong well, we need to have planning mechanisms for the region as a whole, and those have to be transparent. They don't exist very well right now. There is some start of it being made, but the community and we can't participate in that. So it's important to get that up and going. There's suggestions that we need dialogue on everyday issues and practical issues and planning issues, and not just about political issues, so that we can move ahead. And we propose that Chinese University is going to continue this dialogue today, bring in other groups, government and stakeholders. Do not stop this Chinese University, because it's great to have this today. On the planning principles, some of them, I've highlighted some of the changes here. You've all read the document, but on the first one, it's not only about space, it's about opportunities. It's not just about expressions, it's about interactions. And it's not just about spatial forms of barriers, but it's all psychological and emotional forms of segregation and exclusion. And we need to foster a thriving society. The city should enable the growth of each individual. Urban and rural linkage, we didn't write the text, but we think it needs to be developed. A principle needs to develop along that line. The city we need has a positive identity. Most of you guys recognize it. The word singular is a strong word, it's a strange word. Has a positive identity, generates a sense of belonging. It recognizes the value of heritage, tradition, and organic strength as an additional term in the text. The city we need is just, fair, and affordable. It includes the need of minority and vulnerable populations. The last one, the city we need is managed at all levels, and we had a whole text that is specific to what we have discussed the whole day. The city we need is not afraid to open itself to new ideas and innovations, and communicate well at all levels. The city we need engages in an open and transparent way at local, regional, and at national levels. It welcomes new ideas, experiments, and innovation. It develops multi-level, open, and democratic institutions and dialogue. So this is very specific to our topic, mainly to the President. Thanks very much to my team, or the whole group, wherever you are.
Okay, go ahead.
See, the Chinese University is now planning how to take this forward. You guys make decisions. Mick and Hendrik have asked me to wrap up. I don't know how to wrap this up. I think there's fantastic work done. I have no idea how this will be edited into one document. But I'm sure that Mikem is going to have a night again that she doesn't sleep. She's like that. And then she wakes up at 6 o'clock in the morning with her first email. And I'm sure that she's going to be really strong at putting this all together into a document we're all going to be really proud of. And we're all going to be working together to do this. And my request to Chinese University, we're going to send it out to everybody so that you all can see what before we send it out to the UN. And the request that this continues, Chinese University, let us know. Grab the microphone.
Yeah, thank you very much for being here. I think we were really impressed by how many people actually signed up for this event in just
and are still here.
Very short time. Every slot was basically filled, right? And we really made it. You really came here up to the last minute. Basically, we're contributing to your groups, and we had to kind of draw you out from there, which is kind of a great experience. And also, I think we've seen that really a nice spectrum of different people who are coming, also quite experienced people and also very young. We also have now the first time my new urban design students. They just come from made in China start their studies basically on Monday, and they could already kind of see the discussion culture here, and so I'm very happy for that. And I really feel like because we have certain studies and urban design program here, and a lot of other activities at Chinese University, that we can continue with this work. And then maybe while this time we're talking more what can we contribute to the world, like somehow, right? But we could maybe, one thing is we could really work on something like document for Hong Kong, right? Be it specifically on particular issues like space and so on, but it could be also more generally with the scope basically that we have here, right? The other thing is, I think in this room there are many people that are involved in kind of city changers activities, right? So basically many of those groups and so on have representatives here, and it would be also nice to have more time maybe to discuss all those kind of different initiatives and see like how we can take them forward, and maybe we really can make a even more bigger impact on the city. So thank you very much from my part, and maybe
All right, a few final comments. So thank you very much for being here. This is 4-ish on a Saturday, and you're still around, so we are very impressed. I learned a lot from you. CHK, I think, has a lot of opportunity and potential to take this forward. We have a new Institute of Future Cities, which is very interested in doing interdisciplinary work. So your inputs today are very highly valued. We also have, you may not know that this event is fully sponsored by the Faculty of Social Science. And our faculty is actually doing something which want to bring forward positive social science. So again, that is an initiative which coincides with what we are doing right now. And I'm very happy today to see urban studies students from Hong Kong U and also CHK. You guys should mingle because you are the urbanists of the 21st century in Hong Kong. And we look upon you as the leaders in the future so that you can take our city's urbanism forward. And also a few words besides thanking our faculty to sponsor this event. And of course a great team. It's so great working with Paul and Hendrik because we just do things sort of like without really a lot of arguments, a very harmonious working relationship. That's really great.
You've got to edit the documents.
Except that I really send out a lot of documents, coercing them to do the work. And also I want to thank all the moderators. You guys are great and very helpful and very enthusiastic, giving us a lot of great ideas. And of course, we need to thank all the helpers, whether they are students or researchers. Great because we didn't give her a lot of time to prepare for it, and also it's Angel around, because she's responsible for the food that you ate today. Okay, so finally, I think we want to encourage people to recycle. We may want to use these straps and in the future, and if you happen to join us,